It is lunchtime. We've hiked 13.2. So we hiked for 5 hours. There's bugs everywhere. But we did 13.2 by 12 o'clock. The saying is usually 10 by 12. But today we did 13 by 12. I'm not really sure how, but I don't know, we just kept walking. See, these bugs weren't here when I first started videoing. They weren't here. Now they're everywhere.
Like all that hot air.
You have a lot of hot air. Anyway, we're debating. Well, I don't know. We're probably just there's a shelter that's 7 miles away, and which sounds like absolutely nothing. Usually by when we get to lunch, we're usually not at 10 really, because it's been harder. Today's been just, I guess, easy. I'm not sure. We haven't really stopped but once or twice.
We started a little early too.
We started at 7. Usually we don't start at 7. We start at 7:30.
7:30 or 8.
Which still, I don't know. I guess we were averaging like 2.7 miles per hour or something. I don't know. It's just been an easy day today. I guess we just picked out this spot for lunch, and we got here about right at 12 o'clock. But our goal was today to make it to that shelter. It's 21 miles.
Met our visitor.
Oh yeah. Last night we were in the tent, and I'm laying there, we're sleeping, and we'd only been asleep for like 30 minutes or something, and I woke up because I heard a stick break. I don't know, probably 40 yards away. I just heard it, and I was like, listened for a minute, and then I heard something walking, really like just loud and rambunctious, and so I was like, well, that's not a deer. Deer are quiet, don't generally break sticks all the time. I hunt a lot, and I know how they sounded, and then it was too loud to be something real small. I told you I woke Jeff up, because usually if I hear something that's really quiet, or I hear a noise that it has to mean something. I woke him up. We got out of the tent and started looking around, and we walked about 10 foot away from the tent, because you don't want to be in the tent if there's a bear.
I don't want to be in the tent.
Because then you get wrapped up in a tent burrito if he happens to be psycho, which is not very common, but it can happen. Get wrapped up into a tent burrito. He got out of the tent and had headlamps, and we were just looking, trying to figure out what it was. And we seen him up in the there was like a briar thicket, and right before we got out of the tent, I heard him tearing up a log looking for grubs and stuff. Which is, I mean, it's cool but not cool, because we're in a tent, and there's a dude in a hammock 50 yards behind us, and then a bunch of people in the shelter. There was a bunch of section hikers and 2 flip-flop hikers there. But, you know, we got out, and when we saw him, he kind of walked away and got kind of scared. It ended up, and then today, we crossed the Mason-Dixon line. That was cool. That was, how many miles back was that? It was whenever we went into Pennsylvania. We're in Pennsylvania now, too. Forgot about that. Out of Maryland into Pennsylvania. It's been a good hike today. I don't know. We have to resupply in Fayetteville either this evening or tomorrow sometime, so I don't know. We'll let you know where we end up, and we're gonna head off. There he is again.
Changing my socks out.
He needs to, jeez.
Feel your feet.
You do. And this is my sport, by the way. You like it? And this is my buff that's supposed to help with the gnats, and it doesn't help. I don't think it's helping. Maybe a little bit, I don't know, but if I put it over my face, I can't see them, and that helps.
That helps me. Well, this is the end of day 65. We made it to the Corey Gap shelter. Really cool shelter. It's all decorated up nicely. Little picnic table, flowers. Got Captain Jack walking around taking pictures.
How y'all doing?
Got a spring over here to get water. That'll be our home for tonight over here on this tent pad. A little swing. If we had time to do that, it'd be nice. We did 26.4 today, which brought us here. And that's what it looks like after you hike 26.4 miles.
Wow, I'm just fine, thank you. Tomorrow we're gonna hike to a campground. Today it was a long day today actually, but we only had 2 climbs all day today. It was one to get to the shelter, and then one back 13 miles at lunchtime, and we did 13 miles by 12 today, which was really cool. That's a lot. But tomorrow we actually got a shorter hike tomorrow. It's like 17.7. We're gonna go to a campground probably, and I guess that's it. We'll be passing the actual halfway point tomorrow, which is 1100. I think that's tomorrow.
Should be. Good place to sleep.
And
Oh, Gavin's back.
And we got to finally meet Captain Jack. We've been trying to get him for a while now, and finally got to meet him and talk to him for a little while, and we're gonna be here tonight.
Jack, I met him via YouTube before we started hiking the trail. I was following Captain Jack so I could see what me and Gavin were up against, and then it was really cool to finally meet up with him. We caught him.
There he is.
In the flesh.
It was a pleasure to meet you guys. I was just telling them earlier, when I started in 2020, I linked up with a father and son that was hiking, and it made the world for my sobriety, and also really changed my perspective on hanging out with my pops. And I think it's awesome to see these guys awesome to see these guys hanging out together.
All right. Well, that's the end of day 65 for y'all.